Hello. So, as of 3 months ago, I hated myself. I'm still working on it. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Not even saying I really love myself for real. But I've made significant progress. And what did hating myself look like? I woke up, even as of a month ago, really. Definitely 2 months ago for sure. But woke up anxious, dreading life, miserable, feeling like I was going nowhere, feeling hopeless. And I used to say I hate myself all the time, like all the time in different ways. And not in like a, ooh, these are my morning affirmations. I hate myself. Like that was just a reflexive thought in my head. And now I say I love myself. I love you to me all the time. And I call myself pet names in my own head. Again, still a work in progress, never perfect. Sometimes I piss myself off. But we're doing a lot better. So, how do we get here? What is the step by step guide to learning to love yourself? So, this is not anecdotal. A lot of people on the internet will give you advice about this is what worked for me, but it's not based in any research across people who aren't themselves or their peers. So, the way I figured out how to love myself, I literally just looked it up. Like, I looked up the research on what creates depression and self-hatred and what cures depression and self-hatred and gives life happiness and a sense of meaning and a sense of hope and increases well-being. So this is research-based, and then I used it on myself and it worked pretty quickly if you ask me. So what are the steps? Happiness guide. So I'll give you the top 10 things that contribute to happiness, and then fundamentally what happened is I researched how to be happy. I made sure I do all these things on a daily or near daily basis, and then I let it play out, and it worked. That was it. No deep dive, unpacking my childhood trauma, none of that. Pretty basic stuff. So, guide to happiness based off of research. You can cross-check me. Use your own research tools to figure out, to ask what are the top ways to create happiness or well-being or fulfillment or meaning in life, and what are the top ways to create the opposite: depression, anxiety, etc. Number 1, recurring close, safe social support and human touch from people you like. I know that seems like there's a lot of things in there, but ultimately it's like positive social interaction, and it needs to be on a recurring basis, and it needs to be with people you like, right? So the reason I say this, I used to be outside every day last year. I was turned up, life of the party. I'm always at someone's birthday. That's not the same thing as recurring contact with close, safe social support. People you turn up with are not necessarily people who support you. People you turn up with are not necessarily people who are safe. Socializing with people on a regular basis, you could call work socialization on a regular basis, but you don't necessarily like those people. So that's why it's described the way it is. Consistent sleep and wake up time. I was shocked. I knew it's important to sleep. I've always been told get enough sleep, but the time you go to sleep is actually way more important than the hours you get. And the reason I say this is because I was getting really nervous because I was sleeping like 12 hours a day. That's like clinically scary. That's half the day. Nobody sleeps 12 hours a day. I was like, oh my God, there's something medically wrong with me or psychologically wrong with me or both. And I'll never recover. And I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life half asleep. Half asleep. But no, I sleep like 9 hours now. Still a lot. But think about how many hours I trimmed off of my, mind you, it was that many hours of sleep and naps during the afternoon. So I trimmed off several hours of sleep per week and a few hours per each day in the course of a month, just by making sure I went to bed at the same-ish time every night rather than worrying about the hours. Exercise. What is exercise? Exercise, I came up with an acronym for exercise because exercise is actually an umbrella term for a lot of important factors. And if you overdo one factor without contributing to the others, you end up in like one very narrow lane. Like if you do like all strength training with no cardio or all cardio with no strength training. So my acronym, SMASH. Smash the day. Stability, mobility, aerobic, strength, health. equals health. So stability training, mobility training, aerobic training, and strength training are all part of what exercise is. Oh, Lord. On a regular basis. Ideally daily. I don't work out every day and I don't care to. Like, damn, give me a break. But as many times as possible per week. Obviously, the fewer times you do it per week, the longer it has to be during that session. So you're getting as much exercise as you can for the days that you are going. Financial stability. This is interesting. Also similar to the sleep thing. Going to sleep at the same time every night is more important than the number of hours of sleep. Having predictable income is more important for your mental health than how much the income is. Yeah, people love to say, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. Ooh, blah, 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 blah. Actually, financial stability is a huge contributor to your mental health and how you feel about yourself. Who would have thought? Especially when so many self-care activities cost so much money. Duh. But the reason why I say this is, one is like interesting to me is because it's not just about being rich. Because I know people who are rich, but their income is not stable. Being stable at lower income levels is better for your mental health than having a shit ton of money that's unstable. So, unfortunately, getting a job, I say that because I prefer entrepreneurship. I have a lot of people around me who prefer entrepreneurship, but it's really unstable. And for my mental health, I am preparing for a job interview. Sense of control and agency. Oh, Lord. Yeah. The easiest way to translate this to your daily life, because honestly, most of your agency is outside of your control, such as having an insane government. The most actionable daily practice is making deliberate small decisions and risk-taking rather than drifting through the day reactively. So feeling in control, like what makes you feel in control, whether it be like cleaning your space so you feel in control of your space, or like setting a boundary with someone in your life so you feel in control of your relationships. Maybe you're not in control of the larger things, like whether we're literally at war, but some sense of control over your locus of control is great for your mental. Regular movement throughout the day. You're like, Phyllis, you already said exercise. Not the same thing as regular movement throughout the day. You can work out a shit ton and then be sedentary the rest of the day. AKA me. Go hard in the gym and then sit at this computer. Regular movement throughout the day means you're up and about doing this and that and this. You're taking walking meetings and walking phone calls and cleaning every so often and getting up to stretch from your desk instead of just sitting there for hours. I'm feeling very sexy today, if you can't tell. Predictable morning and bedtime daily routine. I got nervous when they said predictable routine because I was like, ew, that sounds boring. But they're specifically talking about the morning and evening, how you start your day and how you end your day so you can ease yourself into sleep. This is a part of my routine, recording this YouTube video, and so that you can ease yourself into your day. Everything in between, do what you want with your life. Walking outside. Yes, because it combines many things. Getting movement, some level of social interaction because there's more people out there than there are in your house, presumably. Sunlight, greenery, a sense of control and connection to your community, all those things. Morning sunlight, separate tab, separate item on this list. Super important when you wake up. Within 30 minutes of waking up, go hit the sun. Let the sun hit your eyes. No sunglasses, no screens, no phone, nothing. Outside with just you and the sun. I'm not gonna lie to you, starting my day like this has been, I feel alive. Briefly, but I feel alive when it's happening. Momentum and meaningful work that positively impacts beyond yourself. Again, sounds like a run-on sentence of a lot of things, but ultimately it's like, are you working on something that's bigger than you? And are you actually making momentum in it? Because you can have really great social support relationships but not feel like you have any meaning or purpose in life, even though you're well loved. And then you can be working on like the best nonprofit in the world but not have great personal relationships. So this is its own category. Doing one avoided task daily. Yeah. Yeah, the reason I hated myself is because I didn't respect myself because I never showed up for myself in the ways I said I was going to. Do the things. Do the things. When you do things for yourself, you love yourself. It's like, I think it's so crazy how we don't apply the principles of how we expect others to treat us to ourselves. If we were in a relationship with somebody and they said, I love you, I love you, I love you, but they never did anything to show that, don't say I love you affirmations to yourself and then not show up for yourself through action. So yeah, do you want to avoid a task daily? This one's interesting because you should not just pick any avoided task, but the one you're dreading the most so that it can free up the mental space in the back of your head thinking about how you need to do it and the anxiety that that's causing. Write why you're avoiding it. This step is not optional. Affect labeling, naming the emotional experience, reduces the aversive charge of the task before you begin. And then just do it for 5 minutes. That's it. You don't actually have to finish it. Because the whole point of this is the psychology of 1, showing up for yourself, 2, not avoiding something that's bothering you, 3, being able to name why something is bothering you, and 4, actually start on it despite feeling like you don't want to. And if you only work on it for a few minutes, you've actually done all of those things. And more likely than not, because the reason you're avoiding it, procrastination is like emotional avoidance more so than logistical. Once you start it, you're gonna be like, okay, well, I'm here. It's not that big of a deal. I already started, so I might as well keep going. And then the last one is therapy. Yeah. If your relationship with your mind is that bad, therapy. And if it's not, also therapy. I think people need different levels of therapy, but if you never tried it, go check it out. Go check it out. At the very least, I've been in therapy for many, many years with many types of therapists. I don't do talk therapy anymore. I don't find it effective. I work on somatic experiencing, body-based breath work, all of that, because talking about my problems isn't making them go away, because whatever it is that is dysregulating my nervous system is in here. The body keeps the score, so why would I keep blah 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 talking, trying to think my way out of my mental health problems? And then this is a bonus one. Cold water exposure, cold showers there's a very interesting, I don't want to go into it now because that could be its own video, but there's very interesting neuroscience as to why cold showers or cold water are good for you psychologically, and the effect happens immediately. It's a combination of like the dread of the water makes you feel worse than the actual cold water on your body. And once you teach your body that you can experience things that you dread and be fine, important. But also, even if you weren't dreading the cold water, literally the physical sensation of cold water is great for your mental. Please look that up. I don't have enough time to go through all of that. There's some extra other things, but I just wanted to focus on the top 10 things for your happiness and your mental health and your self-love. They're all the same. The reason you're unhappy is because you don't love yourself. You don't feel safe in your own body. If you keep showing up for yourself, you'll feel safer with yourself, and therefore you'll be happy, because happiness is not an external experience, it's internally driven, especially according to Buddhism and mindfulness practices. So me telling you how to be happy is the same thing as me telling you how to love yourself, is the same thing as me telling you how to have a sense of meaning, is the same thing as me telling you how to be fulfilled, is the same thing as me telling you how to regulate your nervous system. Like, they are literally all different external clothing to the same internal changes. And I've been doing these for the past month-ish, and the amount of sleep that I need has gone down, my mood regulation has gone up, my skin looks great. My inner critic did not need to get in a fist fight with me every day. I actually say I love you to myself naturally because I'm showing up for myself, and it feels good to do that. I actually feel loved from me by doing these things on a regular basis. So yeah, I turn them into a morning and evening routine that I follow. And evening routine is journaling, YouTube channel, mobility, take my supplements, dental, skin, hair, and journal about what I did well today. My morning routine is pray, dream, journal, sit outside in sunlight while reading, make my bed, do some mirror affirmations with supplements, dental, skin, hair stuff, go work out, get some protein for breakfast, do my Bible devotional, record content, and then choose my most avoided task. I guess I'm ready to start my evening routine. Good night.